Good morning. I hope everybody is doing great today, and I hope that you had a great weekend. It is supposed to be a nice day. So, anyway, for our story today, I have a story on these cards that we have at school sometimes. And so I thought we'd go over these cards today. So, the story today is called The Elves and the Shoemaker, and it is based on a tale by the Grimm brothers. So, what do you think jobs? What jobs involve making or repairing things? Well, making things can be a lot of things. It can be making beaded necklaces and earrings. It could be sewing. Maybe you're sewing some of your regalia for the powwows. It could be a cook. Maybe you're making things for others. Could be just crafts. You're making things. What about repairing things? What jobs do we see that are repairing things? One thing I can think of right away is cars. We always need repairs on our cars. Maybe if they break down, they get a flat tire, so we can repair those. A lot of you have broken screens on your tablets, and you have to have those repaired. That's a repair. So would you like to do any of those jobs? All right. Well, the word repair is when you fix something that is broken. So repair means to fix something when it is broken. And alert. What does alert mean? I know we get weather alerts when there's going to be a bad storm or snow or ice. Alert. I think we have alerts when we have drills. So alert means you are going to get something, so you pay attention to what's going on around you. So you're getting alert so you know enough to pay attention to what's around you. So an example would be you got an alert on your phone for an upcoming storm. Or the children stayed alert as they were listening to an exciting story. So alert means you're just paying attention to what's going on around you. Precise. Does anybody know what precise means? Precise means accurate or exact. So I want the precise amount of sugar in my recipe. Precise means exact. And then job. What is a job? My job is being a teacher, which I really love. So what is a job? A job is the work that you do. So maybe you have a job to take care of your pets. Or maybe you have a job to clean your room or pick up your room. So a job is work that you have to do. All right, here we go on our story. The Elves and the Shoemaker. Once upon a time, there lived two shoemakers, a man and his wife. They worked in a small shop making and repairing shoes. Like others in the neighborhood, the shoemakers were honest and hard-working people, but poor. One fall day, the shoemakers only had a few bits of pieces of shoe leather left, and they had no money to buy more. "There's hardly enough leather to make another pair of shoes," said the shoemaker sadly. "And there's no food left for dinner," added his wife. That evening, the shoemakers left the pieces of leather on the work table, and they went to bed hungry. So does anybody know what it means to be poor? Poor means you don't have any money to buy the things that you need. The next morning when they woke up, the shoemakers went into their shop. "Goodness gracious," they both exclaimed. They could not believe their eyes, for there on the work table sat a perfect pair of shoes made from bits and pieces of leather. "What beautiful shoes!" Such excellent work, said the shoemaker. Who could have done this job for us? His wife took the shoes outside the shop to examine them more closely in the daylight. Just then, one of King's men walked by. What a beautiful pair of shoes! Such excellent work, said the King's man. I must buy them. And he gave the shoemakers a golden coin. With the money, the happy shoemakers were able to invite their hungry neighbors over to a celebration. Off they went to the market to buy food, and with the money they had left, they bought enough leather for 2 more pairs of shoes. That night, the neighbors came over for a simple but delicious meal, and later the shoemakers cut out more leather. They left it on the workbench to work on the next day, and then they went to bed. While the shoemakers slept, 2 tiny elves scurried in. They snipped, stitched, and shined the leather, making 2 perfect pairs of shoes. They left the shoes on the workbench, and in a flash they were gone. The next morning the shoemakers went out to their work table. Goodness, goodness, they cried. There on the workbench sat 2 beautiful pairs of shoes. The shoemakers put the shoes in the shop window. Just then 2 of the Queen's ladies in waiting walked by. What beautiful shoes! What excellent work! Such precise stitching! The Queen's ladies gave the shoemakers 3 gold coins. The grateful shoemakers took the money to buy even more leather. Who is making such beautiful shoes for us? The shoemaker wondered as he cut up the leather. We must find out who is helping us. Tonight, let us stay up and watch, said the wife. That night they did not go to sleep. They hid behind the door of their workshop and waited quietly. What do you think's going to happen? Do you think that the surprise? Who's making those shoes? I don't know. The shoemaker stayed alert and watched the shop. At the stroke of midnight, 2 little elves in raggedy clothes suddenly appeared. The elves hurried to the workbench, grabbed the pieces of shoe leather, and in no time at all had made 4 beautiful pairs of shoes. The shoemakers were amazed. Did you notice the holes in their ragged clothes? Said the wife. They have done so much for us. Perhaps we can do something nice for them. Oh, that's so kind. The next day, while the husband sold the 4 new pairs of shoes, his wife made new clothes for the elves. That night, instead of more leather, the shoemakers left the clothes and a note on the work table. The note said, Dear Elves, thank you so much for helping us. And then they signed it, The Shoemakers. At the stroke of midnight, the 2 raggedy elves appeared. They read the note and joyfully put on their new clothes. They danced, sang, and laughed with glee, and then they skipped to the door. The elves never came back again. But the grateful shoemakers had enough money to continue making shoes and live a happy life. That is so amazing. So, in the story, what was the problem? The problem was that the shoemakers didn't have any money. They didn't have any food. They couldn't make any shoes because they didn't have any more money to buy the leather to make the shoes. So, when they got up the second morning, what did the shoemakers find? What did they find when they woke up? That's right. They found a new pair of shoes. And the shoes were so beautiful that one of the king's men bought it with a golden coin. So, who's making those shoes for him? That's right, 2 tiny little elves. They would come out at the stroke of midnight every night and make those shoes. And what do the shoemakers do to thank the elves for helping them? That's right, they made them new clothes because their clothes were ragged. And the little elves were so happy that they danced and skipped. Do the shoemakers ever see the elves again? No, but they were so thankful that the shoemaker or the elves came out to help them and get them through that really difficult time. Good job with our story today. All right, we are going to review our shapes really quick. Remember, it can be this way or this way or this way. This one starts with O. Oval. Excellent. Whoops, you don't need the words. What is this shape? Remember, it can be this way or this way. Starts with hexagon. Fantastic. What's this? Circle. Good job. This is starts with rectangle. Good job. You're learning your shapes. Remember, it can be this way, this way, this way. This is a triangle. What shape is this? Square. This is a diamond. Excellent. Those are our 2D shapes. Remember, 2D shapes are flat. All right, now let's practice our 3D shapes. Cylinder. Do you remember what this one is? Cube. How about this one? Cone. And our last one? Sphere. Excellent job. All right, we have some sight words. It's going to be a speed round. Are you ready? All right, here we go. And. Can. In. Good job. It. The. It's a color. Yellow. We. Remember our clue. Y-O-U spells you. See. To. Remember, this is I'm giving it to you, not the number. Have. Play. Is. Go. All right, another thing we're going to practice today that we haven't done for a long time is our clocks. Remember, to read a clock, we have to have the long hand is up on 12 and the short hand is up pointing at the number. So this is 2 o'clock. What does this say? Ooh, that's a tricky one. That short hand is behind that one. 12 o'clock. Nine o'clock. Good job. All right. I'm wrapping up for today. I have a challenge for you. Today is Miss Sarah's birthday. So, what I want you to do is I want you to make Miss Sarah a birthday card. I want you to take a picture of it, and I want you to put it on Class Dojo so Miss Sarah can see everybody's birthday wishes. All right? And make sure you write your name and practice your sight words today. And go outside and have a great day. It's supposed to be a nice day, so make sure you get some fresh air. Bye!